Hey, what's up, guys? So today's day 10 of my juice cleanse, and I got kind of bored of filming the vlog style videos where I'm showing what I eat every day or drink every day. So if you guys still want those, let me know. But I figured I'm gonna be drinking the same kind of juices throughout the rest, like the next 30 days or whatever. If I change anything up or do anything crazy, I will show you. But yeah, unless you guys really want those, I just if I start getting bored of doing something, I don't force myself to do it. I mean, unless I have to, but yeah, if you guys want them, I'll do them. But I woke up this morning and I went to the bathroom and I peed in a jar and I am filtering. So it looked like a snow globe in there. There's a lot of little particles, and then when I went number 2, there was some mucus in there. So things are definitely starting to kind of get moving, and yeah, I'm really grateful that I'm doing this right now. So Thomas asked me some questions in the last video or 2 videos ago, and they were really good questions, so I'm going to answer them right here. So the first question is, how did I come to this lifestyle? So I grew up in northern Wisconsin, and I ate a lot of processed food. Like, my mom could cook some home-cooked stuff, but mostly, it was like Tuna Helper, Hamburger Helper, Hot Pockets, like the worst of the worst. And I ate fast food pretty much every day, or junk food every day. I would eat, the Dean's French onion dip. I would eat a whole thing of that with a whole bag of chips. Like, that's the kind of snacking that I did. I remember I used to eat pretzels and cream cheese all the time. So that's the kind of where I came from. And so when I was pretty healthy in high school, I always got sick once or twice a year with strep throat or bronchitis. And but I never had any skin problems. So I was always and I was always skinny, so I always thought that I was healthy or whatever. So then I turned 19, and I started getting more acne than I had ever had in my life. And then I started the slow decay. And during all this time, I was drinking, partying and stuff. So drinking quite a bit, 14 beers a night when I would be at a party and just get wasted, So I was going down that lifestyle. I started bartending when I was 19, because you can bartend at 18 in Wisconsin. So, and the bar that I worked at was my friend's parents' bar, so they let me drink even though I wasn't 21. Obviously only a couple, but if someone wanted to buy me a shot, they would let me get one. So I was at that time in my life, I was this is dope. This is such a sick job, And since it was my friend's parents, I got to pretty much work whatever hours I wanted to. So I was eating a lot of bar food, junk food. My acne kept getting worse. I started getting it on my back, and then I moved to Colorado with my friend whose parents owned that bar, my friend Hunter. So moved to Colorado, and then I started getting really bad acid reflux. So I would wake up in the morning feeling like I had to throw up. I would never get heartburn per se, but yeah, it would feel like I had to throw up every morning. So I started taking Prilosec every day, and this was just normal to me. My dad, was just oh yeah, I take that stuff. Here you can, or I used to take it. You can have the stuff that I was taking. So I had this whole box that I felt like I needed to take, because at that point too, when I moved on my own, I was literally waking up at 12, because I bartended in Colorado too. So I'd wake up at noon, and then I would go to Burger King. Burger King was right next to our place, so we would both go, when we would go get, the first thing I would eat in the morning. It's so crazy, because now I drink so much water and eat fruit or juice, in the morning, normally. So I used to just go and get, chicken tenders or burgers, first thing in the morning. It's just crazy to me now. Frozen pizzas, all that crap. So, obviously, that was weird. Obviously, that was what was giving me the acid reflux and stuff. And I just had a foggy head. I was taking Adderall all the time. I was taking I would drink on my way to work. I would drink a 16-ounce Red Bull, a 5-hour energy, and then when I got to work, I would drink a cup of coffee, just so I could be in front of people and bartend and be okay. So I was definitely going down a bad road, and I didn't understand why I wasn't feeling good. I knew that the caffeine and stuff wasn't good for me, but I didn't know that the food that I was eating was hurting me. So one night I was at a friend's house, and I had seen the documentary Fat, Sick, and Nearly Dead. Sorry if this is long-winded. I hope you guys stick around for this whole story, but I just want to tell you everything. I'm kind of a I talk a lot, so whatever. Hopefully you guys like it. But so I was at a friend's house and I saw the Fat, Sick, and Nearly Dead documentary on Netflix a bunch, but I never wanted to watch it because I thought my roommate was going to judge me. I don't know, it was weird because when I ended up watching it with him for the second time, he was all into it too. He's like, "Oh, that's cool," you know? But so I was at a friend's house and we were smoking weed, drinking some beer, and him and his girlfriend had went to bed, and so he's like, "Oh, hey, do you want a painkiller?" And I was like, "Yeah, of course I want a painkiller." Like I was all about like taking drugs and stuff then. So I was like, "Cool, yeah, give me a painkiller." So I took like a Percocet or whatever, and then I was sitting there and I was like, well, it kind of gave me energy. So I was like, "Oh, well, I'm gonna find something on Netflix to watch." And since I was alone, I was like, "Ooh, I'm gonna watch this documentary." Because the logo or whatever looked cool. It looked interesting. It had his like fat gut and like apples and stuff. So I was like, "Oh, let me see what this is." And okay, so literally halfway through the documentary, like it's like a light shined down on me, and I was just like not like that way, but like really like it was like the aha moment. I was just like, "Oh my gosh, this is why I feel the way that I feel. I never eat fruits and vegetables, like ever. Like they're on my pizza and that's it. You know what I mean? Like I did like them. Like if we went out to eat, you know, I would get a salad or something. Like if I got an entree that came with a super salad, you know, I always get the salad. I love salads. I love vegetables. Growing up, I used to eat carrot sticks like nonstop when I was like a little kid. I never had a problem eating vegetables, but when I moved out on my own, you know, it wasn't my priority, you know, to eat veggies or fruit, you know. And so that inspired me so much. Like I knew, like it's something in my heart told me this is what I'm supposed to do with my life. At least this is what I'm supposed to do now. I didn't really know that it was going to be a lifestyle, but I was like, "Oh my gosh, juice cleansing, this is what I have to do." So I woke up in the morning and I was like, "Guys, I saw this documentary and I'm going to buy a juicer and I'm going to do this." They're just like, "Oh, okay, man, whatever." You know, they didn't really think anything of it. And so I went to Best Buy. I bought the same juicer, the Breville that they did on the movie. And I did a 7-day juice cleanse. And during this 7-day cleanse, I allowed myself to eat fruits and veggies too, because I had never done anything like this. And I was like, just fruits and veggies and juices, you know. And I bought like a naked juice at, you know, I didn't really know what to do. I was just like, I'm going to do this. And after the week, my skin was clear, like more clear than it had ever been. I had more energy than I ever felt in my entire life, I felt like, you know, since I was like a little kid. And so that's what got me started. So and then like once I learned that like, oh wow, you can live off fruits and vegetables, I was like, I made a list. I was like, okay, so I want to cut out this, like no more red meat and all this stuff. It was like my get healthy plan. And then I was looking for like energy because I was like, that gave me a lot of energy. So I found this book called Eating for Energy by Uri Elkaim. I don't know if he promotes veganism anymore or raw food anymore, but he did it for like a point, and he was promoting raw food. So in the book, it taught you like that like raw food has enzymes and there's like energy, and they took like the pictures where you can see the electrical charge of something raw and cooked. So that was the first time I heard about raw food, and I was like, oh my gosh, this makes so much sense. So for me, the way that I really found this was like everything that was shown to me or that I saw felt like truth to me. I didn't have to question it. I didn't have to. So that's why I know I'm here for this reason. So like this is my purpose. So for me, it was really easy. And I don't know how to tell you like how I know this. I just know like this is what I'm supposed to be doing. Like not YouTube or anything, but just like being the example. Because I've helped a lot of people in my life. Like my friend's grandpa dropped 40 pounds. I've helped people off medications, and it's just like I knew it, you know. I didn't have to overthink it. It was just like raw food, boom. So that's how I came. So the other question was, did I come from a place of pain? I came from a place of numbing myself. So there's still a lot of stuff that I have to deal with, but I had a really good family growing up. I actually adopted, and so like I was chosen by my parents, you know, that's how I look at it. And they loved me so much. I had brothers that like were cool, and like I had a great childhood. I can't complain. So no really pain, but the reason why I knew that I had to do this, that I'm trying to go, is because I'm trying to let go of anything that is a crutch or that is an addiction. Like, I don't want to have to need anything. I don't want to need anyone. I don't want to have to need anything. So the motivation for me isn't like a place of pain that I'm going to. It's more of like, I want to see like what is possible. You know what I mean? I want to see like, I just know that it's for me. Like, I know this is for me. Like, I'm supposed to be raw. Like, I'm supposed to eat raw food and promote it. And I'm supposed to, you know, have this energy that I have and use my talents to try to, like, get people to see that, like, you can do it in a fun way and all this stuff. And then, so yeah, that's, I guess, an answer there. And if I didn't answer that one right, just let me know and I'll talk about it more. And then he asked if Dan McDonald, the Life Regenerator, me and him talked about how he was both of inspiration for both of us. So why does he resonate with me? So funny thing about that is the first time I saw him, when I first did my juice cleanse, this guy that I worked with, it was just like synchronicities always happen for me my whole life. Like, if I needed a job, a friend would be like, "Oh, you need a job?" And I'll be like, "Yeah, I was just thinking about I needed one." And they're like, "Here you go." So that's happened to me my whole life. So the guy that worked at the front desk of the hotel, because I worked at a hotel restaurant, he did a juice cleanse every year. So it's like random, you know, like nobody did that, you know what I mean? So he was like, "Hey, you should check out Lou Corona. He's like a juice guy, and he's a little far out there, but I think you'll like him and get inspired." So I searched for Lou Corona on YouTube, and the video, the first one I saw was him and Dan was making a lemon ginger blast without Lou there, and then he like brought it over to Lou, and they're both standing there. You guys have probably seen the video. Super inspiring. Lou tells his story. And at first I was like, who's, like, I like this Lou guy, but who's this like long-haired dude? Like, this guy's like whack. You know, I didn't resonate with him at first. And then he kept coming up in my like video like suggestions. So I don't remember what video I watched, but there was just one video that I watched that I was like, oh, I get this. Like, it was like I had to just see who he was, and then I was like, oh, this guy is dope. So I think I resonate with him because he's very real. He's very transparent. And I met him in Sedona when he lived in Arizona, and he is who he says he is. He lives what? Like, I saw him and I was like, dude, sweet. Like, his eyes were like pure, like angel eyes. Like, that's all I can say. It was like light was beaming out of them. Not even kidding. And even my roommate who came with me to meet him, he asked him, he's like, dude, do people like ask you about your eyes? And he's like, oh, they're not even good. Like, you should see me if I'm like on a juice fast or something. And I was like, oh, dang, this guy's legit. So like, he made us like food all day, and we did like a taco party. It was cool. Actually, I'm in his video. If you search for accelerated weight loss, he does like, they're really good videos. He talked for like 30 minutes or whatever, and I'm at his house during that time, and I met Sophia and everything when they were together, and it was just a good vibe. Like, he is who he says he is. And it's funny because I came in and I was at a weight loss class, but I was like, no, dude, I just wanted to meet you. You're like a big inspiration to me. And we talked, and yeah, he was just really down to earth and cool. Like, I could tell though he was very like because there's other people there that he was trying to teach about weight loss, so he was in kind of business mode, or like not business mode, but he was in like teacher mode. So we didn't like just sit down and chill and talk, which I wish we could have, because I think we would have like connected a lot more, and I think we could have became friends. But yeah, like, I still respect the heck out of him. And yeah, so yeah, the first thing he said, he's like, yeah, dude, I'm just like the videos. And I was like, you are just like the videos. But that's like me too. So like, the videos that I make for you guys, and like, I really make them for myself. I think it's fun and like whatever. But like this, if you met me in person, like, this is me. I'm sure you can tell that like, I don't have a filter. I don't put on a different personality. Like, I wish I did. You know what I mean? Like, not really, but yeah, this is like me in real life. So yeah, so he just resonates with me because like, I could just feel that he was like real. And then when I met him, that just like kind of confirmed that like, he is who he says he is. So this brings me into the last question, it was really his first question. So like, what's my ultimate goal? Like not only with the fast, but with like raw food in general. So my ultimate goal is to be 100% raw and to teach people about the power of raw living foods. And I just want to be, I want to be living it before I like teach it. So my goal is pretty much like what Dan's goal is. He's better at implementing it right now. You know, he has been really putting a lot more work into it than I have. So I'm working on, you know, I'm doing this juice cleanse and I'm trying to put in the personal work so I can see like kind of what he wants to see, like see what our potential really is. And then like I want to like, my ultimate goal is to be so shining so bright that people see me and they're like, what are you doing? You look like you're doing something different than everyone else. And then I want to be able to have a clear way of explaining why I do what I do. And I want to just show people that like you can live in like a really peaceful way and eat fruits and vegetables and be really, really healthy. And then I want to see like what's capable in my life and how I can keep feeling better and better and better. And my goal is also just to be happy. Like I eat cooked food and I feel less energized and less like, I have more depression, I guess you could say, when I'm eating cooked stuff. And because I've done raw food for, you know, like a year, I was pretty much raw. I would eat it like all raw, like all month, and I'd have like 1 or 2 cooked meals. And I did that for like a year and a half. I was eating pretty much 80-10-10. And that time in my life, when I was like more strict that way, was the best I've ever felt. And so it makes me happy to eat raw food because I know that it's the food that's for me, and it just like gives me everything I need and nothing that I don't need. So I guess that's like the main thing that I want. I want to be an example of like what is possible, and I want to be happy, and raw food allows me to be fully happy. And it's worth it for me to like do some struggles and maybe have to do this juice cleanse to reset my taste buds and reset my way of thinking around food. So now when I go back to eating, it's going to be super clean, and I'm going to have this experience to help people, you know, after. So then I know like I've been through it myself, because you got to do it before you can, you know, really know. Like you can look at all the science behind things, but if you've never like lived it, you don't have real knowledge. You know, knowledge is gained by experience. So I just want to be a wealth of knowledge, and I want to keep growing, and I want to keep learning. And I think the only way to do it is experimenting on yourself. And I just want to keep trying new things, but I want to be like raw. You know, I want to see what I can do for the world. And I'm not trying to save the whole world, but I know that I can save a few people from living in hell. You know, people are suffering, guys. People like, it's so sad. Like people literally don't know like that they don't know that they can be healthy, and they don't know that it's so easy. Like it really is easy. It's like we have a lot of addictions and stuff, but besides like that, like it really is easy. Like all you have to do is eat the right food and you can be healthy, and then address some of the other needs that you may have, you know, like supporting the organs and glands while you're detoxing. And it's an art. It really is an art. Healing, the art of healing and the art of detoxification, it is an art. You got to like go hard and pull back and do all these different things, and you just got to go with the flow. But like people are sick, and it's not good. And because they don't know that they don't have to be sick, and they don't have to rely on other people. You know, most people, you guys watching me probably aren't the people that think like the doctor is the one that's supposed to take care of them. Like they lose the ability to take care of themselves, if that makes sense. And because they feel like they don't need to learn because someone else knows. You know, they think I don't need to learn about health because the doctors know, and then they'll just tell me. But it's so backwards. It's like, no, you have to take responsibility for yourself. So I just want to try to help people, because like a lot of vegans, like they're all in it for the animals. But if we can teach people that, you know, raw food is the truth, then no one's gonna want to eat animals. And like, if you focus on helping people, and then you can change their way of thinking by helping them and showing them, then it's gonna save more animals than trying to just yell and hold up signs. And like, that is all good. Like, we need that, but we also need people out here that are vegan for humanity, and they want to do less harm in general, and they're less judging and stuff. So yeah, so hopefully that answers the questions. If you want me to elaborate on anything else, let me know. I definitely will. But yeah, I've always wanted to do a Q&A, so this has been pretty fun for me, and it really gave me a chance to like look deeper into like why I'm doing certain things, and it's pretty self-explanatory. Like, this is my truth, and as you guys, I think you guys commented on something else. You felt that too. Like, I don't know what exactly where I'm gonna fit in all this, but there's something in my heart that just like, I have a lot of stuff. I have a lot to give. I have a lot of extra energy to give out to people, and I can take on a lot of people's emotions and stuff, and I can carry those with me. I feel like I'm very strong in that way. So a lot of people open up to me right away when they meet me. They feel comfortable around me. So I feel like whatever this is about me, it's part of why I'm here. So yeah, guys, I love everyone. Like, I love everyone, and I just hope that more of us can be shining examples. And nobody's perfect, but perfection is the struggle. Like, that is perfection. Like, struggling and going through the process is what's perfect about life. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. Give this video a thumbs up if you liked it. Subscribe if you haven't already subscribed. Sounds like everyone else. I hate saying that, but if I want the message to get out there, then more people subscribing, the better. But yeah, thanks again, guys, and I will see you soon.